Alright, here's another video I think is good. I'm going to go over something with it as well.
It's not always easy. Educating a dog based on positive reinforcement is not always easy, especially when they engage in unwanted behaviour. When this happens, many owners will resort to punishing and scolding their dogs. Sometimes the techniques employed to do so are inadequate or counterproductive. In this new Animal Wise video, we're going to show you 5 common mistakes when scolding a dog you need to avoid completely. You may have already heard about this one, but it's still a common mistake many dog owners fall into. Scolding your dog long after any wrongdoing doesn't make any sense. Dogs are unable to associate something that has happened either hours or even minutes ago with the current punishment. What's worse is that scolding your dog for something it's unaware of will lead to uncertainty and distrust.
Alright, so the biggest problem with people doing these kind of things is they think that the dog does know, because they're like, well, the dog, look how he's acting. He clearly knows he did something wrong. Otherwise, he wouldn't act like that. Well, you need to look inward right here. So when you get upset, you're frustrated at your dog. The dog senses that. They don't know that you're upset because they tore up your homework or they tore up your couch. They just know you're upset. They're like, shoot, dad's upset, mom's pissed off, and now they shut down. They start showing you signs that you're like, I knew it, they knew. That's not true, okay? Now, if you catch them at the right time, certain things like urine, they might know that they did that. So I say a male dog marking, they're going to remember they peed on a certain area. They're not going to forget that. But they might not understand what you're doing if you drag them up to their pee. Now suddenly they're going to feel your energy is upset, you're frustrated, and they're going to shut down. And whatever training you were trying to do just flies out the window. It doesn't matter. Don't do that kind of stuff. You need to learn how to look inwards and control your own emotions. Really, that's it.
If you scold a dog at the wrong time, you may notice they lower their ears, hide their tails, or even try to lick you. None of this necessarily means they understand you or that they know why you're scolding them. They're more likely to be showing appeasement to your anger with the intention of making you stop. Overdoing it when you scold your dog is always bad, whatever the reason for the punishment. You should avoid shouting, making a violent gesture, pushing, or even using harmful punishment devices, such as electric shock collars.
So this is something that I don't 100% agree with. Now, I do agree with the overdoing it. You do not want to overdo it. But he said things like a collar or shouting or even pushing on your dog. Now, if you do it right, that's okay. But don't continuously push on your dog. Don't, press that collar several times because you're frustrated and you're pissed off. Don't fucking do that. That's not right. No, you want to mark the behavior with your yell. Hey, don't do that. And then you're done. The correction's over. It's done. The dog lives in a cookie cutter world in that sense of, they're living in the moment. When something happens, it's done and over with within a couple seconds. So you have to mark that behavior really quickly, telling them no, and then you just need to move on with your day. Get over it. Quit getting frustrated. It's done. You corrected your dog. Now move on. Go on to some positive reinforcement. Go on about your day. Do what you're going to do.
Overdoing a punishment in a
Don't overdo it.
Situation can generate stress and anxiety. In most cases, it will lead to fear or even trigger aggressive behavior.
And that's true too. You can definitely cause some frustration in them. They get fearful and then they might nap at you. And they're really just doing that out of fear because they sense that you're angry, you're overdoing your correction, and at that point, they don't even understand what the fuck you were correcting them for. All they sense is that you're angry at them. That's it. So don't do that.
Dogs, even those who have been trained to urinate outside, may have an accident from time to time. It's totally normal, it should be expected. Well, it can be unpleasant for you. In no case should you put your dog's nose in an extra.
Never fun.
You know why?
Never fun.
It's because, in doing so, your dog will associate urine and feces with your anger. This can lead to them eating it to avoid being scolded. Other than triggering coprophagia, it can lead to anxiety and stress, as well as associated health problems. Dogs often communicate their discomfort through growling, either towards other dogs or toward people. Depending on the context.
Yeah, this is one that's very important. Like he said, they're communicating with each other. Dogs might not like how another dog is behaving. So it's like, hey, get away from me. That's all he's saying. He's saying, stop. I don't want you to do that. You correct your dog for doing that, and then the other dog continues to mess with that dog that was growling and trying to tell him to leave me alone. but you keep telling him, stop growling, but he's getting more and more frustrated at this other dog or whatever situation is triggering him. And next thing you know, that growling goes to a bite because he's just like, well, I want this shit to stop, so I'm just going to bite this dog or you.
Context, a growl can mean, do not approach, or stop doing this, I don't like it. When we scold them, we're telling them that they should not growl, and this can cause confusion. It can even lead them to act out in the form of biting without warning. If there is something worse than the above mistakes combined, it is being inconsistent with the education and permissiveness of your dog. You can't
Totally
scold them
true.
for getting up on the couch if 2 days later you encourage them to jump up and cuddle for a while. Dogs need stability and fixed guidelines. The whole family also needs to be on the same page when it comes to obedience training a dog. Have you been carrying out any of the mistakes when schooling your dog?
So that's very important. Both of what that last one point. Your family needs to be on the same page. And when you let your dog on the couch, if that's some kind of issue you're having, your dog jumping on the couch, maybe you need to look at why your dog's doing that. Do you allow them to do it all the time and then suddenly you get upset because they got up there when they're dirty? That's not their fault. I have it where my dogs aren't allowed on the couch unless I tell them, hey, hop up on the couch. And this just helps where if they are dirty, they're not going to jump on the couch. All right. So, if you're getting really frustrated with your dog for any of these issues that this guy has pointed out, you're overcorrecting your dog, maybe they've peed in the house or something and you're getting frustrated with your dog, maybe you need to look inwards like I said earlier. And I want to give you guys a very good exercise that I learned a long time ago that helps. I've been a big advocate to meditating and relaxing your inner thoughts and your inner emotions. And this exercise helped me immensely. So what I want you to do is to take a pen, piece of paper, got this little notepad for me, and what I want you to do is write down things that cause you frustration, that cause you, to just get upset or angry, and then I want next to that, I want you to put down, where you're feeling it. Say someone broke up with you and when you think about that person, that relationship or whatever, maybe your heart hurts, right down your chest is starting to hurt. Maybe there's something that makes you really start to think inwards and you start to overthink things, because you did something in the past a long time ago that you regret, so put that down and put down your head, you're getting into your head, right? So put down a list. It can be as long or as short as you want. Fill that list out and then judge it on the right of all that. Put on a scale from 1 to 10 how that affected you and how much it affects your heart or affects your head, affects your emotions. Now what I want you to do is to start thinking about those things. Think about that ex. Think about that mistake that you just can't get over it. Maybe you're grieving and that grief comes out. Right? Your emotions, it leaks out. So now I want you to start thinking about those things, really get into it. Let that affect you, right? Now stop and just start meditating. Now this trick to meditating is the biggest important part. So what you're going to want to do is you can put some calming music on and then start just focusing on that music so you're not thinking about things. What I like to do is I like to take my 2 fingers and I just kind of press them together. And so then I kind of focus on this feel of my 2 fingers together. I focus on that sound, this calming music. I'll just usually no vocals, just this calming music. And then I just focus on a point in front of me. And I'll just meditate. And do that for a little while. Relax yourself right after thinking about whatever it was that caused you that frustration. Okay, and then after you've done this, go back in and think about that thing that just caused you frustration. Think about it and reevaluate that 1 to 10, and you will see that it's going to go down, right? And then do it again. If you can, do it on a daily basis. Just keep doing that. Keep thinking about those things that cause you this frustration, this anxiety, this fear, or this sadness, whatever it is, right? And just keep meditating on that. And remember that it's not your fault. We are all humans. Things happen. Everyone gets frustrated, all right? And go find something that'll cause you some happiness. Because if you're getting frustrated with your dog, you're not going to be able to train them, okay? So if your dog's causing you that frustration, take a break. Go practice this meditation. Whatever is causing that frustration, think about that. Meditate on that. Look inwards and find out why these triggers are happening, and then go back and train your dog, okay? So I hope this helps, guys. If it does, leave a comment below. You know, maybe you've tried these exercises before and it's been helping. Let me know how well it's helped. You know, like, subscribe. We'll be making more videos like this and just getting you guys more in tune with how your own emotions, how they affect you in your training with your dog. All right, so until next time, guys, I'll talk to you then, and bye for now.